Welcome back to Fred's Workbench, where we'll be continuing work on a variable power supply. I've already mounted it in a box. I've mounted some of the electronics inside. You can see I've mounted the potentiometer to the variable power supply, which I've added a heatsink and a fan because once you get over 1.5 amps, it starts to get pretty warm. I have the current sensor, the LCD module with a I2C adapter to convert it from parallel to serial, so I use a lot less ports. And instead of using an Arduino, a full-fledged one in there, I'm going to be building myself an Arduino. And I have the pinouts here showing you how to install the crystals, which capacitors have to be installed onto to allow it to oscillate. I'm going to be installing a header pin so I can program it and update it if I need to. And then over here I have the analog pins for the sensors and the display. Then I will be programming up a chip here, which has the Arduino bootloader already on it, using my loader, which I will do a future video on how to use this. I've added the header pins so I can use a USB to serial adapter. I'll be explaining this stuff later. So I can just plug it in, program the chip, and if updating and what have you. So I'm going to work a little bit on the board, and I'll be back in a little bit to continue the video. See you in a moment. Compile sketch. Compiling sketch. And it's compiling, and it should be uploading now. And it's apparently it's working now. I just had to unplug the serial adapter here so it could get power from itself. And let's try adjusting the voltage here. Oops. Power going up. Take the power down. Yeah, the power seems to be holding not too bad. Let's try an actual device on it, something to power it. Yeah, okay, we'll plug in some adapters. Whoops, haha, jack in the box. I don't have the bottom connected yet. And I should have something, there we go, I have a very heavy light bulb I could use. Hook that on. And let's start cranking the power up. Okay, bring the light bulb in so we can see it. Getting brighter. Yeah, no, I kind of noticed that when the quartz light bulb's at about half power, it draws the most power, about 1.1 amp. But as I take the power up to the proper 12 volts, it seems to be dropping off. Get up to, and we're up to 12 volts now. There we go. Now we're at about 1.5 amps. That's why I have to have the fan inside, because it really heats it up. Yeah, we're drawing about 15 watts here. These are, I believe, are what, 20 watt light bulbs. So I don't know if that's actually true. I may have to test it with my tester here. Let's see. I'll put it over to amps. Okay. Amps. Just connect it in with it. Oops. And am I getting the... Oops. Ah, I bought the wrong one here. Here we go. Plugged it. Okay. What's going on? And... okay, I guess going through all these wires here, I'm losing power. Yeah, 1.4, so I guess it is right. Let's put it back. Yeah, I guess it's reading properly. May have to do some fine tuning on the wattage, because that's why I want the programmer on it. Because I'm still trying to work out some of the bugs of being right on accurate. Right now it's kind of like a 5 to 10% accuracy. So I'm pretty close to the actual wattage. see, this one here says 1.1, but yet my meter said 1.3, so I'm not sure. May have to do a little fine tuning in the software to get that just right. So it looks like my project is actually working. Yeah, I got myself my first bench power supply, and it's running off of a, let's see if I get this over here, without running off a typical laptop type power supply. This one here is about 12 volts at 4 amps, which is running my bench power supply. So now I can actually start testing stuff. Like, if I can find it here quickly, here we go. Turn the power down. Okay, let me hook up. Okay, hooking this up here. Let me pull this back a bit so we can see what's going on. I have a little LED panel. Whoops. I'm shorting out the wires. Now if I bring the power up, turn off the one light to make it easier to see, maybe. No, that made it terrible. Oops, sorry for the loud click because the light's right beside the... So I can take this up to the full. There we go, going up to about 12 volts, and this is about a... Looks like this is about 11 watt LED power panel I've got. Turn the power down so I can show you it. See? Okay, so it appears to be working. My bench power supply. And if you like this project, please hit like and subscribe if you wish to see more projects. And I will be posting the script on how to upload this with schematics on how to build this on my website here, which is fredsworkbench.com. Thanks for watching. One more thing before I go. I've decided to cover it in some of this cheap little stuff you can get from the dollar store. I guess they call it like Mac Tack, or I guess that's the brand name. This is this little vinyl cover for like shelf liners. I've covered the box in it to make it look really nice, which it actually does. Plus I added a port on the back so I can plug in my USB to TTL serial adapter, which is the proper name I should have used. And to clarify one more thing, that this is a I2C serial adapter, not just an I2C. It's an I2C serial adapter, and this is a 1602, meaning 16 characters by 2 lines. Just want to clarify that because I've kind of misspoke in the video. And also too, these terminals are a bit cheap. I might actually change them to some more kind of like high quality ones. I picked these things up off of eBay, the little terminals, and the threads are a little bit short on them and easy to strip, so I might change it. So like I said, it looks really nice now. It's all pretty well finished. Oh, I still have to maybe I'll just leave that. That's a vent for blowing the air out, because it has to get air in to cool the adapter. And I'll be uploading the schematics and also a tutorial on how I put this together. Thank you.